Mount Pleasant, Wollongong, Friday, February 6, 1981. It was supposed to be a normal weekend. Brian and Beverly Stanton set off for their usual trip to their holiday home in Sodal, leaving behind their 2 children. 19-year-old Kim Stanton stayed home to look after her younger brother Wayne. A quiet weekend. While Brian and Beverly tended their overgrown lawn hundreds of miles away, Kim had her own plans. She persuaded her friend Donna to meet her at the Crown Gardens disco after seeing a comedy together. Donna didn't like staying up late, she wasn't feeling well and had to babysit early the next day. But Kim, always sociable, persuaded her friend to stay with her for a while longer. At the disco, Kim bought a bottle of wine and enjoyed dancing among the crowd. Donna left before midnight, but not before Kim begged her to stay. A reference to a stalker she claimed had been lurking near her house. Donna took it as a ruse to stay and say goodnight to her friend. That would be the last time anyone would see Kim alive. When Brian and Beverly returned on Saturday afternoon, they were greeted by Wayne's son, but not Kim. Wayne explained that Kim had made dinner on Friday, then gone to meet a friend. She had not returned. By Sunday, Beverly's worries had grown. Kim was not the type to leave without leaving a message or a call. She began calling Kim's friends, only to hear the same answer over and over again: no one had seen her. On Sunday, February 8, a 19-year-old apprentice plumber named Scott Davis ventured to Jamboree Lookout. While searching for auto parts at a popular junkyard, he spotted what appeared to be a mannequin under a tree. As he got closer, the truth hit him: it was a dead body. The police arrived to find the victim's head and fingers missing, the cuts made post-mortem with chilling precision. Nylon cord was tied around the woman's wrists and ankles, and her blouse and bra were wrapped around her arms. Beverly Stanton was watching the evening news on February night when the broadcast showed the victim's clothes, a bone-colored blouse and a floral bra. She froze. They were identical to what Kim had worn. She frantically checked Kim's room. Both items were missing. At the police station, Brian and Beverly provided identifying information: a birthmark under Kim's right breast and a scar on her thigh. They also confirmed that the blouse and bra belonged to their daughter. Kim's body was swollen with decomposition, giving the false impression that she was pregnant. Forensic tests confirmed otherwise. The cause of death could not be determined, but bruises on her shoulder and a broken arm suggested a violent struggle. Unanswered questions. The mutilation of Kim's body puzzled investigators. They initially suspected a gang-related crime, as removing body parts could prevent identification. But Kim had no known links to organized crime. Detectives turned to the Crown Gardens disco, tracing Kim's final hours. Bar staff remembered her buying a bottle of Liebfraumilch, the only alcohol on sale that night. Witnesses recalled seeing her with a man named Graham Potter. Graham Potter was a 23-year-old coal miner who was celebrating his stag night at the same disco. Witnesses reported seeing him and Kim talking, dancing and leaving the club together around midnight. Potter's fiancée, Sherry Parker, was distraught. She had not seen him since February 10, the same day Kim's identity was made public. Potter had withdrawn his savings, called in from work and disappeared. Evidence discovered. Police searched Potter's unit and found blood on the carpet, baseboards, and in the bathtub. A fresh coat of paint had hidden the blood on the walls. More blood was found in the drain. In bushland near Jamboree, detectives found a striped bedspread and a floral robe covered in blood. Both items matched those seen in Potter's home. When Potter was arrested in April, he gave a chilling account. He claimed that 2 men had followed Kim to his unit, accusing her of stealing from them. According to Potter, they killed Kim with a rolling pin in his kitchen and forced him to help dispose of her body. The prosecution offered a different theory. Potter had invited Kim to his home, expecting a romantic encounter. When she changed her mind, he flew into a rage and killed her. Graham Potter's 1982 trial was a spectacle. His defense argued that two unidentified men were responsible, but inconsistencies in Potter's testimony undermined his credibility. Witnesses described him as calm and composed as he returned to the dance hall after allegedly witnessing the murder. The jury deliberated for more than an hour before convicting Potter of murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. For Kim's family, the sentence brought little comfort. Beverly struggled with insomnia and anxiety. Brian suppressed his grief, believing he had to be strong for his wife and son. Kim's younger brother, Wayne, struggled with the intense public attention. After serving 14 years, Potter was paroled in 1996. But instead of rebuilding his life, he fell back into the criminal underworld. By 2010, he was wanted again, this time for drug trafficking and attempted murder. Potter evaded capture for more than a decade, using aliases and disguises to blend into rural communities. He became known as Australia's Most Wanted. In February 2022, police finally arrested Potter in a dilapidated house in Ravenshoe, Queensland. He now awaits trial for his latest crimes, his life a testament to a spiral of violence and deceit that began with the tragic death of Kim Stanton. Kim Stanton's life ended in a senseless act of violence. Her dreams of helping others as a nurse were stolen, leaving her family and friends to grapple with an irreparable loss. As Graham Potter's story continues, the haunting memory of that February night in 1981 is a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Kim Stanton's story remains a haunting chapter in Australia's crime history. Her murder not only shattered her family's world, but also serves as a stark reminder of how quickly bright futures can be snuffed out. For Brian and Beverly Stanton, their daughter's absence is an unfillable void, marked by sleepless nights and quiet moments filled with memories of Kim's laughter. The complexity of the case also highlights systemic problems in criminal investigations. From initial gang-related theories to Graham Potter's shifting stories, the search for the truth is rife with misdirection. The discovery of forensic evidence in Potter's unit should have cemented his guilt, but it took a carefully crafted prosecution to counter his claims of coercion by two unidentified men. The trial exposed not only Potter's brutality but also his manipulative tendencies, leaving no doubt in the minds of the jury. Potter's descent into a life of fugitive after being paroled adds a layer of tragedy to this story. His escape for more than a decade underscores the failures in the supervision of high-risk individuals, leaving communities vulnerable to further harm. However, Kim's death is more than a cautionary tale. It is also a call for vigilance, justice, and empathy for victims and their families. Her story continues to resonate, reminding us of the importance of seeking accountability and honoring the lives of those who can no longer speak for themselves. In her memory, the question remains, what more could have been